Hey everybody, happy Friday.
What's happening on a Friday, folks?
We're a little bit late because you were driving in from Las Vegas and then we had to go to Alex's art show. But here we are now.
That's right. Fabulous Las Vegas, where I spent not one nickel in any kind of gambling apparatus.
Well, some people would be impressed by that, and I guess, justifiably so, but we're not really big gamblers, so.
No, Las Vegas is more about the whatever entertainment might be going on or fancy dining we might partake in or other thing.
All right, well, before we look at some pictures and video of your trip, we'll try and keep it brief, but, we'll do what we can. Let's do...
I got everybody t-shirts.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to wear mine tomorrow. There's some cat hair floating around in the air. We'll do a market minute where you talk about the market for 1 minute. Are you ready?
1 minute market, and this is going to...
okay, false start.
Yeah. This one's going to be a little bit, because I didn't do the update this week.
Oh, yeah, I did your video.
All right, restart.
So if anybody didn't like the news that I reported this week, I was sorry. And if you've been around, you know what that means. It means I'm not sorry. And that if you didn't like my news, then next time Eric goes out of town, you can come here and you can do the news. But if you did like it, thank you.
I thought you nailed it.
Oh, thank you.
That's the kind of reporter to get you the top of network news.
All right. Now are you ready to do this news?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Okay, there we go. Oh, nope, never mind.
Okay, there we go. So the number of homes for sale rose again last week, almost now to 3,700. So that's definitely creeping up there because new listings were flat and pending sales, after taking a sharp increase, took a sharp decrease. So we had a 1 week spike in pending sales. And, if pending sales go down more, this will go up more. Or if pending sales stay the same and we get more new listings, that'll go up or stay the same. And I really believe that if we got around 45 to 5,000 units on the market, we're going to start seeing some different pricing happening. But that remains to be seen. Still a strong seller's market. Rates down again this past week to 7.02, which is better news for buyers and frees up more people. So we should see an increase in pendings next week and maybe a flattening of number of homes for sale. And that's basically what's going on.
All right. Now we can move on. Let me get rid of this timer. Let's see. Let's do this. And so I can get out of here. And then we will go to your Vegas Sphere picks. So why don't you go ahead? I'm going to give you the mouse so you can talk about your Vegas adventure.
So yes, I had an opportunity to go see a show in the Sphere here in Las Vegas, and I was interested, so I took the opportunity and ran with it. My good friend Brian, who I've known most of my life, he and I used to see the Grateful Dead back in the day, 1987, 88, 89. And then, of course, fast forward to now, there is a band called Dead and Company, which is some original members of the Grateful Dead and some not. But in any event, they played the Sphere and will be playing the Sphere for the next 7 or 8 weeks, I believe, doing a residency. And so we stayed at this Holiday Inn that was, I'm like thinking there's a timer. I
can put on a timer if you'd like one.
No, I wouldn't like one.
Keep it short. We could do like 15-minute timer. You can only talk about your trip for 15 minutes. That might be, you could probably do that.
Oh, I could do this in less than 15 minutes.
Okay.
We stayed at this Holiday Inn that was right here by the Sphere. So we were able to walk right there. And this thing it's massive. Excuse me. And, oh boy, it's massive and impressive. It lights up on the outside and the inside of it. And that's another theme that they were running on the outside. The inside of it, this is like just in sort of the concourse. It's all like sort of this blues and pinks and purple glowing in there, which gives it a nice ambiance. And there's tons of escalators to get, because it's very tall. There's a lot. I think I'd say this is probably about I guess I should have looked at it. Probably about a 20,000 seat arena, I think. I would guess this is roughly 20,000 feet. I don't know what this video seems to be. Oh yeah, I was just sort of panning around before the show. It's just a big giant sphere, and then the stage is right down here. So that's the stage down there, and then there's people on the floor, and then there's all these people seated up here. And I'll find out how many people this place holds before it's over and say what it is. I think it's roughly 20,000. Anyway, that's a close-up of the stage. So there's nothing really special about the stage itself. But then they start lighting things up, and then this whole like scaffolding thing like kind of opens up and rolls back like a big giant metal curtain, and then it turns into this, which is like whatever they want to project on here. And at this point, they can make you feel like you're floating, flying, turning. It's kind of like a giant Star Tours. It was sort of the feeling I got from it. And, here we are floating high above the Earth and eventually into outer space, which was really, really something. So yeah, that's more, it's really impossible to sort of experience it through pictures. You really have to be there. It's just wrapped all around you. I would say that's like another background that was on. There's Bob Weir, who was he was an original Grateful Dead member, and then John Mayer, who obviously was not. And then they changed it to like a blacklight theme, and then there was this other background / cartoon thing they were doing, the rainbows and whatnot. And yeah, so that didn't take 15 minutes. That's a blurry one. Or wait, maybe it's still loading. This is when we were like flying.
I don't think that's loading. I think that's... Is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah. We were flying through outer space or whatever. See, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like kind of a hyperspace thing. Anyway, pretty cool. Never seen a concert quite like... Oh, yeah, this is another one of these. It was like a movie during a song that they were playing. And again, we got this. Oh, here we go. Oh, and there's like this giant turtle flying overhead. It's one of these things that you really gotta experience to sort of get it. It's very much a 21st century concert experience, I would say. And they just opened it less than a year ago. And I think it's going to be probably pretty massively successful live venue. Can I just close this tab?
Here, give me the mouse. Well, it looks cool. I'm glad you had a good time. We'll have to go back sometime and check out another show. Let's talk about some stuff happening around San Diego. We have a Fiesta Del Soul in Solana Beach, and it looks like they have a bunch of music acts here. And I'm not too familiar with most of these, but there are some who have kind of cool names, like Mustache Harbor. Let's see. Jallis Science Folkloric Academy. Now, Hullabaloo, we know those folks. They've played our living room before.
Hullabaloo is played in our living room?
Yes. They play like kids' music.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So back when we had little kids, they played our play groups a couple times. Anyway, it looks like they've moved on to the big stage now at Fiesta Del Soul.
The Sphere holds up to 22,000 or 20,000 people, just like I said.
So, another thing happening. Have you heard about this Mexican tall ship that's coming to the bay?
No.
So the Mexican Navy has this tall ship that they sail around the world, and they use it as a training ship, but they also use it to bring Mexican culture to different places around the globe. And I'm not going to, I guess we could listen to what these folks have to say.
Nobody cares what those people have to say.
I'm sure somebody
These people are here to hear what we have to say.
Okay, well, these people can't hear us, unfortunately, so we'll just...
No, the people out there, okay. Our people can hear us.
All right, okay.
No, I don't expect we can talk to the news people.
Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, sometimes I do. I got to fix this desk.
Yeah, that desk is messed up. That's not what I meant to do. Okay. Yes, it's our... son of a...
So it's son of a what?
Son of a tall ship.
An old wooden ship.
Yes. So here it is, and they're giving free tours all weekend. So if you want to go check out the tall ship,
And
go
where
on
is this?
It's down at the waterfront, like the Broadway Pier.
Oh, so down by the Star of India.
Yes, down by where Anthony's used to be.
Don't forget to tip the mariachis if you go down there. Excuse me.
Do they have mariachis down there?
They just saw some.
Oh, okay. All right. Anyway, yes, Mexican tall ship. Okay, so let's talk about some restaurant stuff. Oh, wait, no. First, we're going to talk about beach stuff. Never mind. I was wrong about the restaurant stuff. I'm not doing that yet. Let's talk about beach. Oh, no, we're not even talking about beach stuff yet. We're talking about Memorial Day.
When is that?
It is, I'm trying to look at my calendar. It looks like it's the 27th, which is not this Monday coming up, but the one after that.
Wow. Okay.
So record numbers of Southern Californians moving on the move for Memorial Day. San Diego, again, a top destination. So we've got here the top destinations for Southern California travelers. Number 1, San Diego. Makes sense.
So a lot of
where
people
we're
coming
going.
into town. Yeah, that's where we'll be.
Las Vegas, where you just were.
Not going back there for Memorial Day, that's for sure.
Grand Canyon, Hawaii, and Seattle and Alaska cruises. I didn't really know that was a top Memorial Day activity for Southern Californians, but
Well, I guess it is. I drove up there yesterday and then drove back today.
to Alaska?
No, to Las Vegas.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
I'm still talking about my trip to Las Vegas.
You're trying to get your 15 minutes in?
Exactly.
Okay, now let's talk about beaches. So they did sand replenishment between Swami's and Boneyard Beach. I don't know that I've ever heard of Boneyard Beach, and I thought I knew all the San Diego beaches because I've walked up and down, all of them. I guess not Boneyard, or I didn't know I was
Swami's
there.
is further north, though, right? That's like Encinitas or
Yeah, but I used to
Cardiff
park and walk 5 miles or so, like in 2020. That's what I'd walk all
I
along
used
the
to
beaches.
run along all those beaches.
Anyway, they're trying to combat erosion, so they brought in a bunch of new sand.
Where do they get the sand?
That's a good question. I don't know, but let's look at. Let's try and get some highlights here. All right, new sand, wider beaches. Where is that?
Don't know. It's nice.
That looks like
looking
nice sand
yeah.
too. All right, let's find out where they got the sand. Boneyard Beach. I need to find out where that is. They're going to replenish it every 5 years for the next 50 years. $50 million. They don't say where they got the sand.
Well,
It seems like, okay, we're going to have to figure that out and come back next week with that.
whoever
seems like an important tip.
whoever the sand broker is probably making some money on that.
Maybe we should try and get into the sand business.
Sand brokering, yes.
Yes.
If anybody needs a sand broker, I have a lot of transactional experience, so I can help you broker some sand.
We could switch from real estate to sand.
Yeah, we could come here every Friday and talk to you all about sand, the sand market.
business. Okay. Have charts and graphs of the
We've
sand.
got all the
sand
we've got
futures
the
and-
charts and graphs. All we need to do is just kind of switch the
Now we just need the sand.
yeah.
All right. Okay, Red Lobster.
Oh, Red
So
Lobster.
they're closing a bunch of restaurants. I don't.
Red Lobster for
Yeah.
the seafood
So-
lover in you.
I felt a little bit sad when I saw this, but then I don't remember the last time I ate at Red Lobster. It's probably
It's
been,
been
I
a
don't know,
long
20
time,
years or
yeah.
something.
Yeah.
But they're selling off all their kitchen equipment and the furniture too. So you were mentioning earlier that we do need a new couch. And
Yeah.
that would be kind of cool if we could set up our living room like in a Red Lobster theme.
Yes.
So we might have to figure out where this auction is taking place.
Although if people come over and see our living room decorated like Red Lobster, they're going to start ordering those Cheddar Bay biscuits.
Cheddar, yeah, okay, well, that's all right.
We can make them.
So they're talking about a long line of financial and internal challenges they've had. And they say here, then there was the endless shrimp fiasco. I didn't realize that was a whole fiasco, but it sounded like, okay, so Ultimate Endless Shrimp, $20. People came into the store, but it sounds like they lost money on that one.
Yeah, they keep blaming the endless shrimp, but maybe it was just that they just kind of sucked overall.
I don't remember. Maybe I don't know.
Well, we ate there, and to eat at Red Lobster, two people eating at Red Lobster could easily spend $200 once you buy a couple of drinks and have entrees and stuff. It was an expensive place. And I get it that, lobster is expensive, but if you order the lobster at Red Lobster, it wasn't even that good. It's chain chain seafood is just, I think today's consumer is more sophisticated and demands freshness.
Okay.
And Red Lobster was not keeping up with the times and just couldn't. It was an unsustainable business model. And then, yes, the endless shrimp fiasco where people ate them out of house and home, literally.
All right, well, let's move on to Tio Leo's in Poway, which is closing along with Red Lobster.
Now, here's something. I didn't even know there was a Tio Leo's in Poway.
We've talked about this before. They came up in the news for some reason, like last year, and we were talking about how we didn't even know there was one.
Where was it?
And then I forgot about it again. Scripps Poway Parkway. I don't know where that is.
Was it up by where like the Costco and stuff is?
I don't know, and maybe that's one of the reasons why they're going out of business, because everyone's surprised to find out that
there was
even were there.
Tio Leo's in Poway.
Let's see if we can figure out where it was.
I think it must be up there by the
Pomerado, and I know where that is, but I never noticed the Tio Leo's there. All
yeah,
right.
I mean, we usually Scripps. Huh.
Well, what do you know?
That's right on the corner of Pomerado and Scripps Poway Parkway.
Not anymore.
I've been by there thousands of times.
I know.
How did
I don't know how many times I've driven by there, but let's see if you can see it from the street. You can't even really see it from the street.
Oh.
They should have had like a sign over here or something.
Something.
Yeah.
I mean, we've lived in this area more than 20 years, and certainly in that time had eaten at Tio Leo's, but not that one.
Yeah, they should have put a sign up. I mean, I think that's the problem, is they didn't have a sign.
It might have been part of the problem, because I mean, how did I not know there was a?
I don't know.
All right.
I didn't know either. Well, okay, so
sorry, Tio, I didn't know you were there.
So the entire town of Campo is up for sale.
Yeah, we talked about this one.
But amongst ourselves, but not here, right?
We did.
Did we?
I think.
Oh, okay. Well,
Maybe
sorry. I don't know. I don't think we've talked about it here, but maybe we have.
Maybe we have. I can't remember.
All right. Well, you can buy the town of Campo. It's historic, and they're asking $6.6 million. Tony Hawk was even interested at one point.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Maybe him and Ben Gravy could go in on it together.
That would be cool. 16 acres of land. That's a pretty small parcel for a whole town. But
Pretty
right.
Yeah, there's the post office and pretty sure we talked about this.
Okay, well, let's move on then, because if we talked about it already, we don't want to talk about it again. So North County leaders are giving away free helmets because there's been concerns about bike safety. And I don't really want to talk about the helmets that much, but I do want to talk about how I've seen so many kids around town on these e-bikes cruising around in groups, and a lot of them are not wearing helmets. And I mean, that's kind of like two separate things. The kids on the e-bikes, which are going fast and not paying attention. I know I sound like, an old person, standing on my lawn and shaking my fist.
Right.
But also, they don't have helmets on.
Right. Well, here's the thing. I mean, back when I was a kid and you were a kid, they had, like Honda had the Honda Passport. It was a moped. Maybe it was 50 cc's. I don't know, but the top speed of this thing was maybe 30 miles an hour, and you needed a license for that back then. I'm pretty sure. And now you got these e-bikes, and they say they go. I mean, there's different classes of them, and for a higher class one, you're supposed to have a license, or be 18 or 16 or something. But it seems now that the class that they allow kids to ride supposedly only goes 22 miles an hour, because that's as fast as a human can pedal a bicycle. But a human can't pedal a bicycle at a sustained 22 miles an hour over, a long distance.
And even if they are, they should be wearing a helmet.
Yes, but we see these, young people, clogging up the streets with these things, giving each other rides on these things.
Without helmets.
Without helmets. I mean, and it looks like fun, and it's a great way to get around, but, it's only going to be a matter of time before these are legislated in terms of,
that doesn't look like fun.
I mean, there's going to be legislation here that probably makes it such that you're not going to be able to send your 11 or 12-year-old out on one of these things anymore. I just can't. It doesn't make any sense to me that we've got unlicensed, unhelmeted youth riding around on the same streets with cars.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, bicycles are one thing, but these are not bicycles. These are motorized vehicles.
Art is here, and he says, he's talking about Red Lobster, I think. He says like a seafood Denny's.
Yeah. Seafood Denny's.
Seafood Denny's.
Moon's over my hammy.
All right, let's go to, let's go to Canada, where they were trying to break a world record for the most people dressed as dinosaurs, and it sounds like it went really badly. They had so many people they couldn't even count. So thousands of people, way more than they had expected, showed up for this event where they were trying to break the record, but they couldn't do it because they couldn't count how many people there were. And it seems like somebody should have, the event organizers, I don't know what they could have done. I wasn't there.
You send out an RSVP.
Maybe, and people don't always comply, but...
Or you set up a single point of entry and count the people.
Yeah, for some reason they dropped the ball on this one. They weren't able to count the people in dinosaur suits. And it sounds like they probably did break the record, but they couldn't officially, couldn't do it.
Well, that seems quite lame.
Well, Art says, no helmets, we need the body parts. Oh, that's not nice, Art. That's
You need the body parts.
Jeez. Thanks, Art.
I mean, if
you
they're
keep it classy around here, buddy. We don't.
Well, if they're not licensed and they're not, if they're not licensed, then they can't sign up to be organ donors.
That's true. Yeah, these are just kids we're talking about. But anyway.
Well, I mean, I think he's got some part of a point going on there. And plus, Art's just, trying to mess with us.
Art's just trolling us.
Exactly.
All right, Art. Thank you for your input. We appreciate that you're here, and we hope you're having a good Friday.
Indeed.
All right, that's all my news.
That's all the news.
I didn't have a lot of news because.
Well, we did get started late, but
Yeah.
we didn't want to deprive you of our take on the week's news and bringing you up to speed on what's going on and why I didn't do San Diego Market Watch this week. Veronica Corningstone filled in for me.
Thanks for stopping by, San Diego.
And she nailed it. She did a good job. And I am expecting a call from Network any day telling me that I am out and Corningstone is in. So we'll see how that goes.
Well, quite honestly, I'll be happy not to read the news anymore. It's not really, I don't know, it's not really my thing. But
well, I enjoy it, so I'm glad. I do appreciate that you did it in my absence. I was gone for a day, but yes, it's the day that I usually bring you San Diego Market Watch. So Deva took care of it for us. And oh boy, yawn. Sorry. We had Alex's art show followed by dinner at Pernicano's in Rancho Penasquitos, and now we're gonna go watch some chips and maybe have another half a drink before we go to sleep.
all right, well, thanks for stopping by, everybody, especially Art.
Yes, especially Art.
Yes.
And if you do want to buy smart, call Art because he'll sell you a car, not one of these silly little e-bikes.
A real car.
A real car, yes.
But only if you're old enough to purchase one.
Yeah, I think Art could find.
Oh, he doesn't care how old you are. I
Yeah,
guess that's your business.
If
If you're a kid with enough money to buy a car, go see Art, and he'll
right.
probably sell you.
He doesn't care who's driving the car. He just
Right,
wants to
okay.
sell the car. Of course, if they're under 18, they can't enter into a legal contract.
I guess we shouldn't be speaking for Art. I don't know. If you want to buy a car, talk to Art, and he'll probably sell you one no matter how old you are. But
He probably does need an adult to take delivery of the car.
Okay.
But if you're a 16-year-old and you want to buy a car, if you cut me in on the deal, I'll sign for the car for you, and then you can drive off, and I won't
I'm
even.
sure there's no liability issues there.
Absolutely not. Yes.
All right, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you all have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time.
Good night, folks.